Who's ready to meet our demons? Yeah! Shut up, Tilly. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Founder's Game. It has 9 available chapters. I don't know if this is all of them. I don't know if the game is finished or not, but it might be. So, I saw Rambo post about it because it's Rambo's stuff, Generation Loss, which I might make a video on watching. The original Generation Loss. Sorry. I also just ate. I'm tired. The melatonin is getting to me. So, it's a horror game. My volume's up. My volume booster's at its usual rate, as you can see. So let's get started with chapter 1. You wake up to find yourself in a concrete room. A light fixture swings gently from the ceiling. You wipe your eyes to see a large metal door with a circular window. As you get up, you notice your arm is connected to a wire in the wall that disconnects as you rise. Oh, it's an adventure game. Okay, I should probably pull up some music. Hold on. Okay, I found it. These are all by Fesliyan Studios background music. So let's look through it first. You see a long hallway with similar metal doors spaced. Okay, turn this down a bit more. Spaced along its walls, fluorescent lights flicker along the hallway and provide a soft blue glow. You see a tall man in a black lab coat exit from a door on your left. Oh, open the door. Cranking the wheel on the left after you open the door. It swings open and hits the wall as you step through. In front of you is a long hallway with similar doors, eventually evenly spaced out, seemingly going for hundreds of feet. Fluorescent lights flicker along the hallway and provide a soft blue glow. The door you step out of is at the end of the hallway. Don't walk. You stand still. The lights flicker. Don't walk. You stand still. The lights flicker. Walk. You begin to walk down the hallway. A different noise emanates out of each door as you walk past. Keep walking. You keep walking down the hallway. The wall is lined with paperwork and notices. You don't understand any of them. Okay, this is getting annoying. Okay, it's almost done. Look into window. You look into the round window of the door. Oh shoot. Someone's in there. Hola! Turn around. You turn around and see a large door with an exit sign right above it. You push through the door without a second thought. Am I dead? You are met with a hallway and 2 signs. One says laboratory and is pointing right. The other says holding cell B and is pointing left. Oh wait. What's with the percent chance? What's with the percents? Okay, I found some better music. By breaking copyright royalty free. Let's go to holding cell B. Great choice. You walk through the holding cell. A large metal door comes up on your right of the tight hallway. You can't seem to find any way to open it. It seems sealed shut. As you inspect the door, you hear a soft growl coming from the other side. What you can only assume and hope is a one-way mirror is to the left of the door. Look into the window. You look through the window. Ooh, what the freak is that? Why is it kind of thick? Shouldn't say that. Looks like my mom. I really shouldn't say that. Keep walking. You keep walking down the hallway. Flickering fluorescent lights illuminate the concrete corridor. You stop at a red metal door. Wow, the voice crack. Try the door. You try the door. Before you can press fully, you feel a blunt force hit your back. The pain shoots through your spine as your vision begins to darken. I made a bad decision. Continue. You open your eyes to see a red glowing orb in front of you. Looking inside of it, you almost feel like you cannot comprehend what lies before you. It is one color, but many. Bright, but dark. You reach your hand towards it, hoping to gain some understanding. I must be white. Let's see. After school slash. What do you mean? Begin? Your name is Ben, a senior at LF High. You have made quite a name for yourself in the last 4 years. You had many achievements on and off the field. A model student, the perfect life. You wake up and slowly lift your head from your desk. You look around to find that your fellow classmates, maybe your teacher, seem to have left already. You must have slept through your last period. The class was never very exciting anyway. Inspect desk. You look at your desk and you see your class notes. You can pinpoint the exact moment you stopped paying attention and started to doodle. Your biology notes cut off as a crude drawing of a robot takes up the rest of the page, the ink slightly smudged for the results of your nap. Look around. You look around and spot the moonlight seeping in from the window. You're known for sleeping in class, but you've never slept in this long. Usually the janitor would at least wake you up, but he hasn't gotten to this room yet, it seems. It wasn't the first time that a student has been left well past the end of the day. Not a problem. Get up. You get up from your desk, taking your bag with you. You look around the classroom, only illuminated by the moonlight. It's unsettling seeing it this quiet for once. Look out the window. You walk towards the window. It's dark. It's dark out. It's so dark you can barely see the world past a few feet. As you stare into the void, you swear you can make out a figure in the darkness staring back at you. You look down at the lock. It's glued shut. You peek back outside and the figure seems to be gone. You blame it on exhaustion. No, it's probably my mom. Wondering what time it could be, you glance at your watch. Crap. Battery must be dead. Leave. You don't want to be in this place anymore than you already have to. You start to worry about where your parents must think you are. It's time to leave. You open the classroom door and enter an all too familiar hallway. Lifeless and empty, the hallway now has an eerie silence to it, in contrast to its usual bustle. Blue lockers span the sides as various school rally posters hang above them. The hallway is dark, only illuminated by the small amount of moonlight coming through the door windows and the red exit sign. Exits highlighted at the end of the hallway. You know you should probably go to the exit and find your way home, but part of you wants to explore the rest of the school. You've never seen it past closing. Now, see? Stop the music. If I look down at my skin color, I'm white, right? Let's assume my character is black. We're leaving. We're leaving. You walk towards the exit. You continue through the halls, glancing into each classroom as you pass by. You feel like you're being watched. Is someone else here? In the corner of your eye, you see a red figure run by. It startles you and you quickly whip around to look for it. Are you imagining things? You walk to where you saw the figure run by and look down the corridor. The tall red figure stares back at you from the end of the hall. Yeah, see, my character isn't black. So what was I thinking? What was I thinking? See, now, see, I watch a lot of black YouTubers. You can see that 75% of the people in that freaking did this option are white people. The other 25% ran. They black, Mexican, Spanish. The Japanese and Chinese probably will go investigate too. They can stay over there. Oh, white as hell. I'm part German. But why? I'm gone. He gestures for you to follow him. With every move, he seems to glitch and jolt. Just like my mom. Run. Run, fool. Great choice. Continue. Run. Run, fool. Ugh. Run, fool. Did you trip? You decide to follow the red one. Wait. Did I just press run? I pressed run. Didn't I? Nah. You decide to follow the red one. He leads you down hallways, looking back every so often to see if you're still following. He makes it to another exit and turns to face you. You feel the whole room begin to shake. It's a Category 3 hurricane. Hurricane? Your head pounds, your vision blurs. You feel almost out of your own body. You quickly snap out of it as lockers begin intensely spewing a strange black substance. Are we in The Shining? You turn back to see where the red one once was and see the exit doors rattle as if something is trying to get in. Run! You begin to run. You don't look back. You hear an overwhelming noise of what you can only assume to be lockers attached to the opposite walls. Chase it, crashing together. You make your way to the gym and quickly close the doors behind you as two lockers crash directly in front of the steel doors. You'll have to find another way out. Because we had to follow the leader. Because our character's skin color is white. I don't need I have the context clues. I clicked run. He went to investigate. You know what? I clicked run. He went to investigate. I do not like following my skin color. You find yourself in the school gym. Didn't you just say that? You need to find a way out. Try the window. Try the window. You decide that going for a window is probably your best bet. You try to pry open one of the windows with your hands, but they seem to have been forced and locked shut. The window panes themselves are too small to squeeze through. Smash it! Smash it! You search the gym. As you do, you see a large, bulky silhouette peering through one of the windows and walk away. You know what I have to say to this? Funny shit, I'm out. Funny shit, I'm out. I'm going the other way. You look everywhere for some kind of exit or something that can help you handle whatever is outside. But unless its weakness is a rubber ball, you don't find anything. You feel like the answer to your problem isn't going to be here. Best to continue on. Let's go to the theater. As you make your way to the theater, you hear rattling coming from the windows. You turn to see a large silhouette of what you can only hope is another person. Hey! As a thought enters your mind that you might be able to get some help, you watch the large bandaged hand burst through the window. The hand feels around for any type of lock, but isn't able to open the window. The figure takes its hand away and walks, searching for another way in. That's why I got my shotgun in my book bag. You know, let's see. I got my Lincoln's presidency notes, my civics notes. What else? I got my biology project, my shotgun, my 2 non-dull shells. Oh, we're on chapter 3. I don't know how we ended up on chapter 3, but we're on chapter 3. Hey, can I not zoom in up there? No, I cannot zoom in up there. Apparently, I don't know if y'all can see this, but every choice I decide changes the numbers at the end. So now we have 3, 5, 3, 10. You went to the theater looking for a fire exit or something to get you out of here. You would think after 4 years of being in this place that you would at least know how to get out. But you were never good at finding an out of any kind. Bro, that looks like my circus that I freaking take my sister to. You stand before the stage and watch as the set creaks and the lights buzz. You can't tell what exactly this is supposed to be, but this isn't important to you. Leave. You leave the theater. You swear you can hear large footsteps echoing from somewhere, but it doesn't seem to be inside. Must be the wind. Must be the wind. Famous last words. You want to know what happened to the last man that said it might have been just the wind? He got his liver taken. Nah. It was one of the shows I watched. The last guy that said it was just the wind got the wind knocked out of him. Search the gym. You search the gym. Search the gym. Oh, hi. Hi. You enter the storage room. A variety of props and sorted mannequins lie before you. You don't see an exit or anything that isn't paint related, but you see something more. Is it a gun? Give me it. The machine comes to life as you approach it. Well, hello there. You watch as the light shimmer and reflect off its dusty figure. The machine jitters and jolts as it talks to you. The microphone loosely sits in its hand as it waves it around with every word. The future is a beautiful thing. Would you like to hear of it? I may not always be clear, but I am certain. A large glowing button sits below. Press me to hear or choose to listen, etched into the wood. Press the button. I don't remember. My skin color. You press the glowing button. The figure inside goes limp. The electric machine rattles and the lights flash. The figure springs back to life and stops, looking directly at you as its mouth opens. You know this will kill you. You're chasing someone else's dream. You are losing everything in the process. What is it all for? The hope of salvation. The hope to do what you believe you are meant to be doing. What is it that you even want anymore? Is this even for you? Who is this for? Answer me. Please. My balls. I think I made him angry. You leave the room. As you make your way out, you hear the machine. See you soon. Good luck. Search the gym. Search the gym. As you do, you see a large, bulky silhouette peering through one of the windows and walk away. Okay, we only have the lab left. You walk into your school laboratory. Before you can make out if maybe one of the windows are open, it appears, and I'm dead. Continue. Yeah, I'm dead. Looks like my mom, but I'm dead. That symbol. I've seen that symbol before. He opens the window for you, pushing through the locks and precautions added to it to keep it closed. The chill of the outside breeze against your skin. Now, I don't like trusting people, but let's go. And I'm dead. Before you can even think of what you do, you see a hand come out of the darkness to grab you. Yep, I'm dead. A large arm with a ripped up sleeve and a gloved hand tries to pull you out. Run. You run out of the lab into the hallway. Seems to go on forever. Surely there is somewhere you can hide. Keep running. You keep going. You run through the halls looking for somewhere to hide. Teacher's lounge. You enter the teacher's lounge. You don't think you've ever been in here before. You wonder what teachers could be hiding in here. Is this where they keep things they confiscate from students? Maybe you could find something to help you get out. Check storage. You head to the storage closet at the back of the room. Shelves of paperwork and books line the walls. You dig through the shelves to find anything useful. Nothing but boring teacher stuff. You spot a cardboard box on the top shelf. Look through shelves. You walk towards the box and go to reach for it. You're just barely too short to reach it, so you start to slide it off the shelf. Suddenly, you hear the lounge door open with a loud creak. Crap. You freeze. Fight! Nah, I'm fighting. You figure it's best to fight rather than cower in fear. You got to lead by example for your football team. You got to put up a fight. You grab the first thing you feel from the box and jump out into view with a loud yell. Ah! You startled me. Huh? What are you doing here, son? The janitor walks around the corner. You seem just as scared as I was. Come here. You aren't supposed to be here this late. You look down at your hand. You're holding a yo-yo. You put it back in the box and think to yourself, you probably could have done some damage with that. Yeah, probably. You know, all I gotta do is walk the dog. There's a monster. There's a monster, you quickly explain. Or some kind of large guy? Thing? I'm not really sure. I think it's been following me. I tried getting out through a window when it tried to grab me. I think it wants to kill me or something. You explain how the windows have been locked. The janitor takes a long sigh. I'll explain on the way, son. Let's get you out of here. The janitor gets up from his pocket. From his pocket, he pulls a key ring with more keys than a ring. He gestures you to follow. As you follow, he begins to explain your situation. You chose the wrong day to fall asleep. I thought I checked your classroom, he says, nearly under his breath. From time to time, this here creature outside tends to want in for some odd reason. And once a week, he tries to get in and cause some damage. It doesn't try very hard. Just a couple of locked windows and bars on the doors seem to keep him out. The police tried to get involved, but, well, they couldn't find it from the outside. The janitor leads you through the hallways, gesturing towards the locked doors and windows. Continue. The school makes too much money for the city, so they decided instead of closing the school or hiring an investigator, they'd rather pay me to stay overnight and make sure that everything stays shut. So, as long as all the windows and doors are locked, it has no way of getting in. The janitor pauses. Did you say earlier that it was grabbing you through a window? Shikes. Janitor looks a little concerned. Well, yeah, you answered. I tried getting through an open window in the lab, but I didn't get close. Crap. The blood drains from the janitor's face. His head snaps around as you faintly hear the sound of crashing coming from down the hall. We have to get out of here. Right now. Follow me. It's like a horror movie. If only it was a horror movie. Hey, Rambo, you're probably never going to see this, but Rambo, please. You follow the janitor, being able to keep up with ease. You try to look back at what you can only assume is chasing you, but aren't able to make anything out before the janitor starts to yell back at you. Okay, you have to listen to me and listen closely. I have to find the key to get through the main doors. If the big guy starts coming by, you need to hide. I'll be okay. Don't try to be brave, alright? I won't. I can take him. You nod as you approach the main doors. Continue. You hear footsteps getting closer and closer as the janitor fumbles the keys, looking for the right one. Label them. Paint them different colors. You hear a clicking screech each coming from the end of the hallway. The janitor turns around to find the source of the noise. You see his expression change from that of subtle confidence to fear. Is it bigger? Oh, crap. It's bigger, it's better, it's what we call a ditty. Ooh, it looks like it looks like me. I see. Hide. Great choice. You duck behind a trash can nearby, able to watch the janitor, ready to fight, takes out a large hunting knife from a holster on his side. Dang. The janitor glances to where you've hidden. You can see the uncertainty as his voice trembles. Don't worry, son. I can still take him. Hey, call officer. Hey, all you need to do is call the CFBC and you'll be fine. You can only watch as it approaches the janitor. No, it looks like my dad. Damn. You watch the janitor fall to the floor. His head tilts away from his concaved neck. Damn. So I'm guessing I would have died if I ran. Or if I fought. Alright. You stumble to your feet and run down the hallway, away from the figure, looking for any kind of exit. As you sprint through the hallways, your eye catches the gym door slightly ajar. You run inside, hoping for a place to escape. You run into the gym and close the door behind you with a loud slam. Crap. You need to hide. Quick. You look to the exit to see it barricaded by gym equipment. Beside it, the bleachers are out from the last pep rally. Unblock gym exit or hide under bleachers. Hide under the bleachers. You run under the bleachers, positioning yourself on the floor in a way in which you can only hope you aren't able to be seen. You watch through the cracks of the steps as you see the figure walk closer, until his feet stop directly in front of you. I'm dead, aren't I? You hear a crash and feel the weight of the seat above you crash into your back. Yep, I'm dead. You can only let out a stifled groan before you hear one more crash. You can't feel your legs, yep, or your torso. They are no longer attached to you. Your vision goes black. Game over. Damn! Your name is Ben. You restarted. Yes, I can skip! Okay, inspect desk. You look at the desk and see your class now. Okay, I did. I did already. Get up. Leave. Okay, so I can press space and I can skip. So let's just go to the exit. Let's get back there. Oh. It changed! You turn the corner, the janitor lays in front of you in a pool of his own blood, his head a few feet away, slightly rocking back and forth, his eyes lifeless and empty. It all comes rushing back to you. You aren't safe. You hear footsteps down the hall. Wait, am I in a time loop? Oh! Run! You begin to run as fast as you can down the hallway. You hear footsteps behind you growing faster and faster. You come to an intersection. Right. You turn right and keep running. Lockers and locked doors pass you by. Left. You turn left and keep running. More lockers, more doors. Right. You start breathing heavily. You're tired, but not too tired to stop. Left. You turn left. You start to slow down to catch your breath. As you slow down, you realize you can't hear the footsteps behind you any longer. But you still need to find a way out. You keep moving. As you turn down the hallway, you turn right into a familiar face. Your history teacher. Miss Hedgepath, what are you doing here? No, I don't know. I just thought Miss Hedgepath. That's just... Hello? Your teacher looks at you, taking a second to gather her thoughts before speaking. Ben, where's the fire? You shouldn't be here this late. Are you okay? Let's get you home. Follow me, honey. Janitor's dead. She pauses for a second before walking again. Dead? You must have just seen something, sweetie. He is known to take long naps, after all. His head was detached from his body, Miss Hedgepath. Don't you remember? Where are we going? She turns the corner. I'm taking you home. What time is it? Almost midnight, she says without missing a beat. She keeps walking. Follow. You turn to the hallway. Your teacher stops in her tracks. She stares straight ahead. Fear fills her eyes as she pushes you behind her. Don't move, she says sternly. Oh, shoot! Oh, shoot! Miss Hedgepath is dead. She's dead. She's dead. Why did people choose to fight? That's Frankenstein. Hide. You ready your stance and put up your fist. I clicked hide. Ready to take whatever blows come your way. I'm dead. You hear your teacher fumbling with her keys as she tries to unlock a closet nearby. There might be an unlocked window in here. The janitor usually doesn't get them all, she says, out of breath. You can only watch as the figure approaches and looks down at you. Kick him in the balls. Fight, I guess. Before you can even think to react, you feel a sharp pain in your neck. Yep, I'm dead. You experience a pain unlike any other, of which you can only assume is the feeling of your spine being exposed from your neck. Yep. Your vision goes dark. Now, which one of y'all dumb? Who chose to fight? And I'm dead again. Your name is Ben. Look around. Get up. Got the window. Leave. You don't want to be in this place anymore. You already have to. You open the classroom door. Always illuminated. Go to the exit. You begin to walk towards the exit. You feel heavier with every step. Your heartbeat races. You feel like you're forgetting something. You turn the corner to the exit. The red one stands in front of the door looking right at you. You walk closer. With every step, you lose energy. You try and catch your breath, but your breathing only gets heavier. You stop yourself from throwing up. You rush to the bathroom. You stumble to the bathroom. You walk in and look around. It looks different. Look into the mirror. You look into the mirror and see the same old you. You stare into the eyes of the person in the mirror. Your memory sparks. You remember. The janitor, the teacher, the monster. You need to leave. Now. Yeah, let's go. You quickly run out of the bathroom and run into the exit. As you walk out the door, you come to a halt. You look around. You're back in your classroom? As you turn around and look back into the bathroom, the door slams shut. You need to find a way out. Windows. You don't remember what your teacher told you. The janitor is messy. Sometimes he doesn't seal all the windows. You make your way to the windows. You try to pry open a window. The teacher is right. You're able to get one slightly open, but it stops due to the janitor's work. Sadly, the created gap isn't big enough for you to squeeze through, so you try another window. Same problem with this one. You make your way through the windows until you get to the very last one. Before you can try the last one, you hear a crash from the first window. Great! Oh, not great. Oh, the hands crashed through every window, grabbing around for something. Grabbing around for you. Those all too familiar footsteps grow closer. Run. You turn around looking for a way to escape. Quickly you see a blue-red blur run by through the classroom door window. Door creaks open. You make a run for it into the hallway. Right. Turn right without hesitation. You run down the hall, passing lockers and classrooms. You pass under a banner for the winter dance. You don't seem to care for who you're going with right now. Keep running down the hall. You nearly slip on something as you sprint. You look back and see small puddles of blood on the floor through the hall. As you turn to look forward, you almost run into the wall. You reach a dead end. You turn around and look forward and almost run into the wall. You reach a dead end. You look around for another way to go, but all you see is lockers. The footsteps behind you grow closer. Hide in the locker. You run to the lockers and look for an open one. As your eyes scan the surrounding lockers, you spot one back the way you came, slightly ajar. You make a run for it. As you approach the locker, you realize it's yours. Open the locker. Oh, Miss Hedgepath is dead. She's dead. You open the locker and jump back as what inside begins to shift and fall out. She's dead. You stare at your history teacher stuffed in the locker. You can't stomach looking at her any longer and shut the locker closed with a squish. Oh, the noise. Oh, I imagine the noise in my head. You had enough of this monster. You want to leave. You don't care if the monster gets in your way. Exit. You walk back down the hall the way you came. You don't care for the footsteps that follow you. You stomp through the halls, checking every corridor for an exit. You swear there were exits here. But every turn is just more lockers. I need water. Like, really bad. Okay, good. I have a water cup. Let me grab my water. This is intense. Last time I played one of these games, it was on a big, thick monitor laptop that had a keyboard not attached to it. But every turn is just more lockers, more classrooms, more school. Keep walking. Continue walking down the hall. Notice drops of blood. As you keep walking, the amount of blood increases. Keep walking, the blood on the floor continues to grow, eventually leading to a solid line in the center of the hallway. You walk to the side to not get your shoes dirty. Follow the line. As you follow the line of blood, another line merges in from a passing hallway. As you keep walking, another two join in. With each passing hall, another trail joins the one in the center. The lines lead you to a door labeled Greenhouse. Trail of blood going right under the door. Try the door. You go to turn the handle. The door is locked. You hear a loud grunt from the other side of the door. Leave. You leave quickly. You don't want to know what's going on in there. You speed down the hall and turn the corner. You stop for a moment and look around. You barely recognize or anything around you. You spot a class you recognize. Your 8th period class. 8th? You know exactly where the exit is from here. You sprint down the halls through the familiar route and slow to a walk as you approach the exit. Exit. You turn the corner with confidence. You can't help but smile at the thought of leaving the school and getting home safe. About that, you look up the exit doors. Fudge. I need a couple seconds. I need a couple minutes to think this over. I had to consult my friends. I had to consult with my pals. Chlorine said hell no. Shadow said fuck no. Frustration fills your body. Where did the doors go? Where did the door go? The exit was here yesterday. You begin to breathe heavily. You run through the whole school. This can't be the only way out. You run down the hall trying to open every classroom door along the way. Locked. 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 Keep running. You keep running. Windows. There's gotta be a window around here you can break and leave through. The monster already in here. Who cares if you break some more windows? Sorry, I'm changing my position. My stomach's starting to hurt with me laying down on my stomach. You know the biz. You know the biz. Being fat and all. What about me? You look into classrooms to just sprint by. Their walls are blank. You begin to panic. The voice crack. What if there's no way out? What if you're stuck in here? Why does the school never seem to end? You turn the corner to a familiar scene. Your principal's office. You sigh in relief. You think you can remember another exit route from here. You can remember a few places to get out from here. You walk closer to the principal's office. You accidentally kick something on the ground. A piece of glass flies across the floor and spins in place. You look at the trophy case across from the principal's office door. A large hole in the center of the window with glass shards littering the floor. You walk toward the trophy case. watching the floor to avoid stepping on any glass. You get an idea. You remember your encounters with the monster before. You remember waking up back in your classroom without a scratch. Your classroom had windows. You reach for a shard of glass. I'm not gonna kill myself, am I? Wait, no. No game ending. Hey? Hey? Or maybe you could restart. Hey! Okay. Okay. Oh, I thought we were gonna game end ourselves. Okay. Great choice. You drop the glass back on the floor. Confident there's gotta be another way out. We could make weapons, you know. Looking for another exit. Hold on. I have another consultant. Sorry. You drop the glass back on the floor, confident there's got to be another way out. You keep walking down the hall, looking for another exit. Keep walking down the halls, checking every door that you pass by. No windows. All locked. You try to recount your steps to find another exit. The hall feels different than you remember. You don't remember this layout. Keep going. You keep walking down the halls, growing frustrated with the unfamiliar setting. You suddenly are hit with a wave of dizziness, clutching your head and stumbling to catch your balance. When you open your eyes, you're greeted with rooms you recognize. Maybe this is your way out. Maybe this is your way out? Ooh, okay, we got the gym again. Let's go to the music room. You push open the door of the music room. The walls are covered in music puns and class portraits from previous years. The room is dim, lights flickering on and off. You haven't been in here since you were forced to take that art credit. All you remember of this room is how terrible you were at trumpet. I bit my tongue. You walk towards the back of the room. The 3 identical practice rooms labeled A through C. You don't remember much practicing ever occurring in there, but a lot of messing around out of the teacher's earshot. Room A. You approach practice room A. You cup your hands around your eyes to peek inside. It's too dark to make out anything. Okay. You leave the music room. You keep walking. You walk into the locker room. Reminisce on your memories. In here with your team, its emptiness and silence makes you uncomfortable. You've never seen this room so quiet. You walk inside and turn the corner. You see the same view you saw from the door. You walk inside and turn again. The room repeats. What? With every turn, the room extends. You begin to notice the room getting darker with every turn. I'm cooked. You stop for a moment. You spin around and run back the way you came. With each passing room, you begin to worry that there's no way out. Then run head first into the door you entered from. You quickly leave the locker room. You hope to be back here soon with your friends, less scared next time. Keep walking, continue into the locker room. What, didn't I? What about me? What about me? Sorry, the page you are looking for does not exist. Crap, did I break something? Go back. You walk into the locker room. You reminisce on your memories in there. You hope to be back here with your friends, not scared next time. You're walking down the halls, growing frustrated with the unfamiliar setting. Gym. You push open the door to the gym. You're taken aback by the state of the room. Floors are covered in banners and paper streamers and school colors. Sports equipment littered around the room. Try the exit doors. You walk towards the exit doors, still blocked in. You look around the barricade and notice a few things are shoved out of the way. You start to remember the last time you were here. You pushed those things aside. No, I didn't. Lock the exit. You quietly begin to push and shove the equipment away. You suddenly feel a chill down your spine. You hear loud footsteps grow closer from the hall outside. Your pace quickens as you frantically remove the equipment from the barricade. You can't help but feel like this is familiar. You hear the gym door slowly creak open. Your heart rate climbs. You hear the monster's footsteps as it walks closer. Hide. You dive into the pile of gym equipment, pushing yourself through the small crevices and cracks. As you dig deeper into the blockade, you start to lose sight of the gym outside. You dig deeper and deeper. You're sure you would have hit the exit door by now. Suddenly, you hear a loud bang, then another. With each crash, the equipment around you shifts and shakes. Then it begins to bend in on you. You find the space you sit begin to shrink. Bang. The way you came gets smaller. And I'm dead. Your name is Ben. You wake up, you lift your head. You stumble to your feet and look around you. The floors and walls are smeared with blood. Before you can think of what to do next, you hear footsteps up the hall and a dragging sound behind it. Is that me? You follow the monster from a distance, being careful to not make a sound and hiding when it looks back. The body leaves behind a trail of blood as it gets dragged through the hallway. Try to get a better look by risking getting closer, but the oddly familiar body doesn't have much left to discern. That's me. Follow. The monster approaches the greenhouse door, forcing it open with one hand as it drags the body through. Approach the door. You approach the door, nearly slipping on the large amount of blood at the bottom of the doorway. You grasp the handle and gently inch it open as you see the monster in the greenhouse, moving large masses around almost methodically. The smell is too much to handle. Go inside. You walk inside the greenhouse as the monster leaves through another door in the back. Walking inside, it takes a second for your eyes to adjust to the dimly lit area. But when they do, you find a pair of lifeless eyes looking right at you. Faces mangled and broken, but you know those eyes. You look around for more clues and find your jacket attached to a body that is nearly cut in half. As you step back from the scene, you slip on the thick blood coating the floor. Your hand reaches out to grab anything to stabilize. You grab a clay pot, which falls to the ground with a loud crash. You hear the door on the other side slam open. You run down the halls. Nothing looking familiar to you. Eventually, you arrive at a hall with 3 level doors. Computer room. You run into the computer room. The door is still broken down from before. What happened before? You look around for a hiding spot and slide under a table, out of sight from the windows and doors. The windows are back? Wait a minute. You sit under the desk, knees pulled into your chest, trying to catch your breath quietly. You watch the ground as you see a shadow cast from someone walking by the door. You then hear the door creak open. The ground shakes with the stomp of its feet. Without hesitation, the monster slowly walks into the room and turns to look right at you. You squeeze further back into the desk, hoping it didn't notice you. You jump at the sound of a loud crash. You peek out, see the origin of the noise, and the monster with his fist through a computer screen. He yanks out a handful of wires and turns to you again. The monster grabs the computer with the opposite hand and launches it at you. You snap your head back to dodge it, but smack the back of your head against the wall behind you. You clutch the back of your head, shutting your eyes tight. You feel lightheaded, and while distracted by the pain, the monster pulls you out from under the desk, as if you weigh nothing. You try to look at him, but you can't seem to focus through the dizziness. When you get a chance to concentrate, the monster wraps her arms around your throat and pulls tight. As you fight for your last breath, you drop you to the ground. The monster drags you out of the room behind it by the wires around your neck. Your vision goes dark. I made a bad decision. My bad. I'm dead again. You wake up to find yourself looking at an all too familiar ceiling. You sit up and look around. You're in your school hallway. You focus your eyes down the hall, but it goes on forever. See the twist and turn as you stare deeper. You walk through the hallway. Your steps echo as you pass locker after locker. There's nothing more you can do but walk. You pray that you went in the right direction, but there's no telling. As you walk, you can start to hear an intercom playing the same glitchy evacuation message over and over again. As you continue to walk, the lights get dimmer. You turn back, and they continue to get dimmer. With every step, no matter the direction, it all just gets dimmer, so you cannot see a thing. Steven is a silhouette of what he used to be. It was like to hear us on the movie screen. Sorry. You open your eyes to a black void around you. Darkness as far as you can see. You look around and notice random things float around you. Glass shards, lockers, leaves, coins. You try to make sense of these things, or something catches your eye. You again! Is that the one that tried to help me? Through the debris, the red figure stands in the distance. He waves his hand, prompting you to follow. With nowhere else to go, you decide to follow it. It leads you through the darkness, passing by and dodging floating objects along the way. And you continue to follow him. The items grow less dense, eventually seeing none at all. You wonder how it knows where it's going. Just walking through the darkness with no direction. With each stride, it appears to jolt more violently. You try talking to the figure, asking where it's taking you. It marches forward, not answering. Can I play the music again? Never mind. You try talking to the figure. Oh, you continue following it through wherever you are. Okay, you done that? Yeah. That was an AI app? Perfect. Perfect for a game where I watched a janitor's head get snapped. Suddenly, the figure slows down and stops. Too distracted by looking around, you notice that it stopped in front of a small red orb. It's familiar, but like nothing you've ever seen before, the figure beckons you closer. That orb that I saw at the end of the little section. It's the same red orb. That's a red hole. Hey, whose hole is this? My bad. Oh my god, that sounded so sus. You approach the figure in the orb, so entranced with a glowing mass, you don't realize how close you stand next to the figure. You see him closer than you had before. You notice it glitches and jolts far more frequently than before. It's Edwin! My name is Edwin. I made the mimic. Increasing in intensity, you meet eyes. Then it gestures towards the orb once again. You feel a draw to reach for it. I'm not touching that. Great choice, continue. You wake up in a large concrete room. A light fixture swings from the ceiling. Look around. You look around the large room. The walls are concrete and tall fluorescent lights flicker above you. You look up at them. Most are burnt out. You get up. Know what? You know what we need? We need, what was his name? Hold on. 100 men versus one gorilla. 100 shots, Young Dolph? 100 layers? No, 100... Oh no, Last Defense Academy. The Last Defense Academy. I need the song. I need the Sire song. Sire theme. This right here, Sire Supervision. Best song in the whole game. Get up. You notice your arm is connected to a wire on the wall that disconnects as you ride. Oh, we're back here. Look at the window. You move towards the nearest wall and stop at a large wooden frame mounted on concrete. The word window is written on it. You turn and move away from the two desks, approaching the door. Take the wheels to the left and exit the room. You enter the corridor. Blank concrete walls stretch to the left and right. To the left. You walk to the left. Keep walking. You navigate through a maze of halls. You are met with two steel doors. Janitor office. Inside is an empty chair and desk, both covered in a layer of dust. You continue through the halls. Short stretches of lockers begin to appear along the walls. They appear solid with no hinges. You come across a locker labeled Locker 1. It's labeled differently from other lockers. You approach it and get a closer look. More toward detail and depth. Looks like you can open it. Open the door. You open the locker to find a mangled mannequin inside. The body upside down. It sparks. A dark liquid has pooled at the bottom. Oh, that's the teacher! Oh shoot, that's a teacher. You close the locker and keep moving down the hall. You begin to hear a faint beep coming from further down the hall. You notice it gets louder as you move in a certain direction. You continue to follow the direction of the beep, getting louder as you move in the seemingly right direction, getting quieter when you begin to go down the wrong path. The beeping gets louder and louder, nearly deafening. You turn into the hallway and it stops. You approach a large set of double doors. They appear heavier and sturdier than the others you've seen. The doors are a vibrant red, striking contrast from the grays and whites of the rest of the building. You knock on the door with a loud boom. Sound echoes through the halls. The door sounds solid. You listen for anything on the side of the door. Silence. Enter. You approach the doors and give them a light push. They click in, then swing it back out. The inside is dark. You slowly enter. The door slams shut behind you, submerging you in darkness. The founder will be with you shortly. Hello there. Sorry for the wait. Did you enjoy my story? Yes. Well, that's great to hear. Continue. See, the story itself wasn't that important, really. I mean, all stories are important, but for this one, the story wasn't the thing that really mattered to me. We will get to all of that later. You people are interesting. You know that? You make all these connections. Like there's some grand puzzle out there. I find that beautiful, really. You're very unique. No, hold on. I should turn off CNA supervision. You're very unique in that way from the others. I'm still trying to figure you out. I don't have the means of giving you the full story yet, but the connection strengthens every day. Who are you? I am the founder of everything you have seen and have yet to see. My history with this world is long, tedious, and honestly, at some points, boring. But maybe you'll get to see it all someday. So many questions. I'm always so curious. That's your first intention is always to solve. Then again, I am the one who put the questions there to begin with, so I can't really complain. However, I have a question for you. Did you notice it? It's hard to miss. My beautiful creations always get taken, misconstrued, misused, degraded. You see, I have no way of preserving them here, which is my fault. after all. My curse. Everything always becomes something else. It's just how it all works here. It's been an eternity of remembering things how they once were, never really understanding what they are now. I envy you for that reason. I won't bore you much longer with all the problems. That would take a lot more words than I can fit in the time we have left. I'm more interested in you. It's nice to finally speak to you through something that's only a little more than words on a screen. There's a lot about you I don't understand, but yet I feel like I know you all better than I know myself. I can tell that some of you are probably hanging on to every word, analyzing every sentence, probably rearranging it too. It's a fun back and forth, this thing we have. I always find it so interesting, the things you leap to, the information you're able to find. I'll be careful not to make anything too hard. That just wouldn't be fun. But you are fun to toy with from time to time. You may be asking, why me? Why us? And I have to say, I don't quite understand it either. I don't quite understand why you all specifically. All I know is that you're exactly what I have been looking for, what I have needed all of these years. The time is finally approaching. Sometimes you don't realize what is missing until you find it. I need time. Time to create. Time to find ways to show you everything that I have done and have yet to do. You will know when the time comes, but I have no way of knowing if you'll be ready to receive it. I need to wait until the connection is stronger. I believe you to be one of my purposes. Not my one true purpose, but one of them. Which is why I want to take care of you. I promise that none of this will affect you more than it already has. You will be spared when the time comes. I know what some of you may be thinking. This is all just seems like a bunch of illusion and random lore dropped in to further some expanding universe. And that's exactly what it is. Except this is different. Because it is real. I have everything at my disposal. It's fun to see you scramble and try to solve this. You may be not even reading this sentence yourself. Someone might be reading it to you. That's just the beauty of what we have. Don't you see? No matter how much you try to be ahead of me, you never can. No one ever can. And no one has ever tried before. This has all been for you. Although for me, it has been fun to see what you chose. It always is. I mean, 31.11% of you, after seeing what happened to the janitor before, still decided to hide. It is so interesting to see everything that you all have chosen, and everything that you have done. None of this would exist without you. You choose to watch, and therefore I exist. If no one voted, nothing would have happened. But you chose anyway. The third choice always existed. The choice to just not choose was always there. But you all wanted to further the story. Why? I'm sure you all had your reasoning. Some maybe hoped that you could choose the right path, find the best ending for whoever you were choosing for. And maybe some of you just want to see how deep the rabbit hole could go. I thank you for that. I thank you for choosing. It's weird because I'm like unleashing all of my voice acting crap, and I'm holding my fingers together like I'm holding a cigarette. That's how deep into this villain I am right now. Pause. Wait! I'm sure you have many, many questions. Some of which I cannot answer. But some, I'm sure I can. Which is why I will give you an opportunity. Amongst all of you. Choose one question. Decide on one question to ask to me. And I will answer it. No matter what it is. So, what do you want to know? Know what? How many... Welcome back. You all certainly had a lot that you wanted to know. Okay, so this is our next chapter. In due time. All in due time. In fact, thank you for your participation. I'll answer some of the more pressing matters. Okay. This video is already an hour and 11 minutes long. You did have quite a few quite different questions. I see that some of you have worked together, which is good. It's exactly what I'm looking for. What an unexpected surprise you've been. A lot of you seem to coordinate your efforts. Either that, or you all have the same few things in mind. Either way, I am a being of my word, and I'll answer your questions. Starting off, you seem very curious about, well, you. Why you? How did I get to you? What am I doing with you? To that, I have to say that you are the only ones that can preserve. You are special from the countless ones I have tried to use before, and you're the only one I've ever been able to establish this kind of connection with. I wasn't expecting you. In all honesty, I thought you'd be another set to use, but you turned out to be so much more. Okay, it's like getting really hot in my room for some reason. Let me turn on my fan. Okay, if y'all hear a noise, that's just my fan. Oh, I can already feel the cool air. Oh, my pants are wet. Pause. There were a fair amount of questions about the things I've done before, and have yet to do. After all this time, it's wonderful to be respected for my creations. However, if I were to tell you what was going to happen, that would ruin the surprise, wouldn't it? Isn't that what you really want? Something that gets you on the edge of your seat. The big reveal, and then the resolution are all something you desire, no? So, in that case, I apologize, but you aren't going to get any information from me. You must be patient. These things take time to create. I won't tell you how Miss Rhodes' story begins and ends, but I can tell you that she is quite the entertaining one, and she's certainly in for a treat. Miss Rhodes. Who is Miss Rhodes? Okay, let me go ahead and grab...
Gingerbeard, give me your skin.
Did you hear that? Gingerbeard. And that's your in for a treat. There were a lot of questions about Hetch's creation as well. Although I couldn't be there to direct, I believe that he did a good job with the set that he was given. Even if he can be a bit dramatic at times. I mean, do you have any idea how many times that guy stabbed himself in the gut to make sure the cut looked right? The social experiments were created because, for some reason, Generation 1 had a much stronger connection to you than I initially did. So I used that, had Hedge create something to pander to you all a bit, to draw you in. I think he did a pretty good job at that. I did have to come in and rearrange a few things, of course, after the fact, but it was a wonderful creation to show you. It was the only one I couldn't show you in full, but I digress. You obviously care a lot about this generation, and maybe we will return to it one day. Hearts still beat, after all, and that means a story can still be created. With this next one, I must say I am impressed with your coordination. You asked about your significance. What do your choices and participation have anything to do with what I create? Okay, I had to stop this recording session. It's an hour and 60 minutes. I don't want the recording to crash out. Okay, I'm going to unpause C-Day's supervision. I'm still going to call C-Ray Bobblebrain. That's his nickname. You allow things to change. You allow for unpredictability, which has been making these stories interesting for me. You see, before you came along, I created, and it was good. But now you are something more within the original itself. Your reactions, your questions, your responses are all things I can't predict. It's something new. After all this time, and I want nothing more than to establish this connection between us. I want to show you more, but time has always been my biggest enemy. You are a good kind of unpredictable. You aren't like the unpredictable problem I keep facing with these stories. You are something beautiful. There's something very interesting about you. You all had so many questions about me and about what I create. Despite me telling you that what I create affects this world and the people in it. Your biggest questions have nothing to do with if what I'm doing is even right. Now, before you leave me, there is one question that I don't want to leave unanswered. A lot of you asked about some kind of password. R is highlighted. That R is highlighted right there. I don't quite know what you mean. Why do you choose to find a key to a lock that doesn't exist? Is beyond even me. Hello? What? Oh. You aren't supposed to... Where am I? Who are you? See, this is what happens sometimes. You run them through the same thing and they... Why is my voice different? Calm down. You can't... This isn't my voice. Why isn't it my voice? I apologize for this. You weren't supposed to wake like this. You weren't supposed to wake at all. Who are you? I can't move. Why can't I move? I'm afraid we must cut this short. Until I see you again, keep watching. Keep investigating. It's all fascinating. I'll see you in my next creation. Why won't you answer me? What did you do to me? I'm sorry, Ben. but your story has reached its ending. Oh, shoot. Oh, Ben is cooked. The Founder's Game. Story created by Ranboo, written by Ranboo and Cretoire. Hold on, let me. Cretoire is the art director. Kyle Flynn, Cretoire, game artist. Lou Ellen Alwood, Eduardo Valdez Havia, Catherine Burke, Cretoire. Okay, Cretoire is just everywhere. Game animation. Lou Ellen Allwood and Cretoire again. Cretoire, Jacob Komar, JK Productions. Thank you to Moonsy for listening to my rambling. Ranboo. M for being there for me every step of the way. Courtier. Our friends for their endless support and encouragement. And to the dedicated community, theorists, and anyone who tuned into this project. We appreciate your support and enthusiasm so deeply. Thank you for playing. No problem. TYP. And we're back in the chapter select menu with nothing else to do. So, there you have it. After an hour and 20 minutes of exploring and reading. Oh, wow. With no breaks in between except for the little sips of water and me asking my friends for support and me looking up songs. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like and hit the subscribe button. Next time one of the creations comes out, like the Founder's Game 2 comes out with that, he said something about an old lady, Miss something, Miss Janie or something, Miss Jurinus, what are we talking about here? This was actually really fun. I love like these kind of games. I love point and clicks, and I love these. Oh, they just remind me of when I was young. Oh, when I was young. So, please leave a like and the subscribe button. You guys can recommend me games to play. I'll play anything, as you can see with this. Follow me on Twitter at TheStomper8. Go follow and support Ranboo on his Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. You can also follow the Generation Loss official Twitter account as well for content like this. And yeah, that was very interesting. So, read my books. Sure, your favorite YouTubers or story writers like Markiplier and Corey Kenshin, Ranboo. Who else? I don't know who else. But please do. Please. They're called The Man with Many Copies, and I hope you'll enjoy them. I am a newbie writer. I don't have an editor. I edit all myself, so if there's mistakes, going to be mistakes. But, yeah. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.